Simple as that. Yedidya Harush is with us. Yedidya is the JNF Chalutza liaison, located in northwest Negev on Israel's borders with Egypt and Gaza. Chalutza was founded in 2005 by a group of families evacuated by the Gush Katif communities of Atzmona and Nitzarim during the disengagement from Gaza. Yedidya Harush, welcome to JM in the AM.
Thank you so much.
A pleasure. Shalom. What was it? I assume were you part of that group that was thrown out of Gush Katif?
Correct.
And you were living in what city then?
The community of Atzmona.
In Atzmona. What was it like the last few days there?
Good question. It wasn't so easy. It wasn't good. It felt like we're being in a dream and not reality. And especially after having to leave after so many years our community and our home, especially in such a place where we were fighting against the terror all these years, it wasn't so easy.
How old were you then, if I may ask?
It was my 17th birthday.
Huh.
What
a way to celebrate, huh?
Yeah.
Now, at that time, I would guess that every family that was thrown out of Gush Katif had to make a decision if they were either going to, be sad and depressed or try to, build things in a different area of Israel.
Correct.
Obviously, we know what your decision was, because it sounds like immediately you and others like you went ahead and decided to build another area of Israel.
So right after the disengagement, after we got out of those gates of Gush Katif, the people had the decision to make, like you mentioned, and some took the negative side. Some chose not to be part of this country, and some chose to go to hotels and cry for 5 or 6 months. And we chose to see ourselves moving and building as soon as possible. And like they say in JNF, we decided to turn the page.
And in what area of Israel? Describe to our listeners. I know it's near Gaza, near Egypt, but where is it exactly?
It's the triangle border near Egypt and Gaza. If you look down on the map of Israel, right below the Gaza Strip, where the Egyptian and the Gaza border meet, and the Israeli border. So
you're how many miles or kilometers from Gaza?
From Gaza, I would say we are about 3 miles. From Egypt, we're less than a mile.
And how large is
less than a quarter of a mile.
And how large is the community now?
We started off with 30 families back in 2005, and the government didn't give us much hope. We had 2 preconditions with the government. One was that it would not be just a refugee camp for people from Gush Katif. We had a vision when we went there. It wasn't just building Israel, it was building an area. And the second was that it's not going to be an isolated community in Israel. And we started off with 30 families. Today we're 250 families in 3 different communities, mostly not from Gush Katif. And that's our idea. We're the fastest growing area in the Negev today.
What are the 3 communities called?
Naveh, with 100 families. Half of them live in permanent houses already.
Wow.
And Bnei Netzarim, another 100 families with 50 families who moved into permanent houses. And Bnei Netzarim and Shlomit, which is the newest community with 50 families that just broke ground 3 years ago. Shlomit's going to be the biggest town of the area. With
How large can it get?
We're hoping that in 10 years we'll be 30,000 people.
It's pretty amazing.
It's amazing.
With how many families now?
We're 250. 2,000 people. We have large families.
And you think it can get to 30,000 people?
We are sure we will get, because if we got from 30 to 250 in less than 5 years of being in permanent houses, because as you know, to build a whole new community from the ground up takes a lot more than just a few days.
Right.
It took us a few years. So we believe, because we have a vision, and we're not alone. By saying we're not alone, I mean that we have JNF on our side. And
how have they been helpful?
Well, they've been involved with us since day one, helping us develop the ground, and then helping us build the synagogue, and then helping us build the parks and the kindergartens and the schools. And our flagship project on the moment is building a brand new medical center that will give services to the area. You have to understand, if you want to get a family from Ra'anana to move down to the Negev, and you bring the mom, and she gets to the community, and she looks around, and she sees that there is an education system for her kids, and health service for the family, and beautiful park, she knows this place as a future. That's what it is. And I can tell you that the people in Chalutz are very, very passionate, very, very optimistic, and very, very enthusiastic about building the Negev. And we know that this is Israel's is today's biggest national mission. And I gotta tell you, when we, and I say we, it's the modern Orthodox community, always focused on Yehuda, Shomron, and Gaza, which is important, very important, we forgot about the Negev, which is 60% of the land of Israel with only 5% of Jewish population. And we're changing it. We're changing it, and we're making the dream come true. And we're the new pioneers of 2015.
You're doing quite a job at it, I'll tell you that much, and the vision that you have for the future is pretty remarkable, that's for sure. And it seems that every time we speak with anybody from any developing city in this country, it seems that JNF is either behind them or partnering with them or doing something, giving them some type of project help.
The thing is about JNF that they are not donors.
Right.
They are partners.
Facilitators.
When JNF comes in and they are partners, meaning they come in and they say, we think your medical center that you're planning is too small, because if you think big, you got to think ahead for the next 10 or 15 years. So we take the plans and we change them. We had a meeting with the CEO of JNF a couple weeks ago, and we showed them the plans. And he said, I'm not a big doctor, I'm not into the health system, but I think it's too small if you want to be, if you want to think big. You can't be just practical. And we took the plans, and yesterday actually we got the approval to double the size, to have a dental clinic. We're going to have a big yoga room. We're going to have a pharmacy. It's going to be the full package for a health service. And that's what we do in Chalutza. We're pioneers, and we build Israel, and we do good. And I learned a lot of my Zionism being in the States. I received a basketball scholarship to play in Highland Park, New Jersey after high school. And when I got to meet the Jewish community in America, and I saw how they look up to Israel, I came back to Israel a lot more Zionist than I was.
Very interesting. Well, you're doing great work here. Kol hakavod.
Thank you.
Continued success in building Chalutza and the surrounding areas.
Thank you.
That is Yedidya Harush. Yedidya Harush is doing a lot of great work here, as so many are. And we say Kol hakavod from all of us here at JM and the AM.